but it's very difficult to see how these electricity pylons sort of in any way enhance the landscape of the Welsh environment. You know, and I think while we have to have a recognition and an acceptance of the need for progress, I think the fear is, and it's certainly a fear that I share, is that, you know, we run the risk of destroying the very thing that makes Wales what it is.
Seems we've walked this path 1,000 times.
You can't simply say, well, this needs to be done, therefore, grin and bear it. Well, no, sorry, it's not as simple as that. And you have to look at the impact.
By the need to forgive.
And how will this affect tourism? You know, how does this affect local businesses, whether they're attached to agriculture or tourism, whether that's pubs and cafes and bed and breakfast and hotels and so on? How does that enhance the area? How does this affect house prices, the prices of farms and businesses? And you've got to take your hat off to people who are trying in any avenue of life really to earn a living, I would say. So to affect their house prices and to affect their businesses in such a negative way, I can't see is helpful to anybody. Well, this wonderful new Wales that we live in and that people are proud to be a part of, as I would argue, as a reason for that is one, the belief of the people in that country and the importance of protest. So I want people to see this as being our Tryweryn and saying, okay, it might not affect me, but that's not the point. It affects other people like me who are Welsh and are proud of being Welsh, and therefore I should do my bit to ensure that the best outcome is reached for all.
You've got to take the bad days.
The construction of Llyn Celyn was seen really as an attack on the territory of Wales, rather than an issue just affecting Meirionnydd. So I think it brought people together. It made people see that this was an attack which affected the geography of Wales. Now, do people in Wales care as much today as they did then? Is this about to become our Tryweryn? And I can see that it could be. It's a place where there's thriving communities, of course there are, where people live, they eke out livings, they work hard. It's a rural, predominantly agricultural part of Wales, but it still belongs to the geography and the territory of Wales. So I think if people buy into that it's as much a threat as Tryweryn was, and they recognise it, and it's probably symbolic as well, of Wales's subjugation, of Wales's sort of, I wouldn't say inferiority, because that takes me away from the idea of protest, but it's vulnerability. You know, even today, Wales is still not in full control of its water. Arguably, its most lucrative and abundant natural commodity, and yet, Wales doesn't enjoy that degree of control.
As long as you...
Oh gosh, I mean, I was fortunate to share correspondence with Mr. Evans as part of my research, having graduated. Very encouraging, very supportive, as the family members have been as well. And I'm quite sure Mr. Evans would be as horrified as I am, really. And I think he would recognise what it represents. So I think Gwynfor Evans would certainly recognise the parallels with Tryweryn, and would say, we need to do something about this. It seems to me as if it's an easy argument just to say, well, this is the way it is, and anybody who voices opposition is just some sort of Luddite who belongs in the past and is arguing for the sake of arguing and providing opposition for the sake of opposition. Well, it's just not as simple as that.